In our last episode, we destroyed that upstart vigilante group known as the Railroad. Now they can no longer be a threat to the Brotherhood's operations. We retrieved the robot PM, which has already become an asset to the Brotherhood, optimizing a number of our functions. And now, Captain Kells wants us to report to Proctor Ingram. We find her in the repair bay aboard the Pridwin.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
Do you think I did the right thing?
You're damn right you did. He was a synth, and he needed to go down hard. We can't make exceptions for anyone. If there was even an ounce of Brotherhood left in Dance, I'm betting he would have told you the same thing.
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sorry you had to be the one to handle the dirty work.
Honestly, I'd prefer not to talk about it.
I hear you loud and clear, Paladin.
If we're going to defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a Beryllium Agitator.
How can the Beryllium Agitator start up his reactor?
If Prime's reactor is a campfire, the Beryllium Agitator is like a match. Strike it, throw it on the logs, and the whole thing ignites. Fusion reactors need a massive power surge in order to get the reaction started. Once it starts, it's self-sustaining. I'm sure I could get one of my scribes to bore you to death with the details, but you get the gist.
Fine, just point me in the right direction.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Turning out to be quite a grocery list to get that hunk of junk running.
Hey, I was handed a crate full of burned out spare parts with no blueprints, and I still managed to get the big guy put back together. If we find this last piece, I promise you he'll be combat ready in a matter of hours.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
Never hurts to have an extra hand, sir.
Why would you want to go?
Are you kidding me? Mass fusion was on the cutting edge of atomic technology. And considering there hasn't been much in the way of engineering advancements lately, that makes it a goddamn gold mine. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity like that.
It's your funeral.
Well, with a big bad soldier like you watching my back, that's not gonna happen now, is it?
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way.
No way. You're staying here.
Hey, I might be walking around with metal rods shoved into my spine, but I can still take care of myself.
Do I have a choice?
In case you haven't noticed, you're a paladin. That puts you in charge of the mission. If you don't want me to go, I'll stay behind. But you won't be making my holiday list this year.
Forget it, Ingram. It's too dangerous.
Fine. Have it your way. I just hope you don't bring back a paperweight by mistake.
Fair enough. It would be helpful to have you along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the Mass Fusion Tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
And just like the Institute did all those episodes ago, the Brotherhood wants a Beryllium Agitator from Mass Fusion. Now, when we did this for the Institute, we weren't given an option to inform the Brotherhood that the Institute is headed towards Mass Fusion. And that's because we actually have to advance pretty far in the Brotherhood's quests before that option becomes available. Indeed, we have to get to this point, having destroyed the Railroad, before we find an option when getting this quest from the Institute to inform the Brotherhood. But the reverse is not true when getting this quest from the Brotherhood. Even though we haven't completed any Institute quests in this playthrough, we find an optional objective to inform the Institute about the Brotherhood's plans. The person we have to give this information to is none other than Justin Io. And considering no one at the Institute has told us about Phase 3 yet, Justin Io takes the news rather badly.
I have some information you might want.
Okay. I'm listening.
Would you be interested in stopping the Brotherhood from acquiring a Beryllium Agitator?
What the... What?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Well, nice talking to you then.
The Brotherhood of Steel is heading to the Mass Fusion building in the Commonwealth for a Beryllium Agitator.
Shit!
The Brotherhood of Steel is going after something called a Beryllium Agitator in the ruins of the Mass Fusion building.
Are you kidding me? Okay, look. I'm not even going to ask how you know about this. This puts Phase 3 in jeopardy. We need to act on this now.
What's this Phase 3?
Just forget you heard anything about that, okay?
Hey, relax. Maybe it's not that important.
You just... Listen, trust me. This is important, okay?
Leave me out of whatever it is. I just wanted to let you know.
No, not a chance.
I'd be happy to help, in whatever way I can.
Oh, would you? How sweet of you. You're our primary above-ground operative, so I need you on this. I'll contact Fillmore and give her a heads up. You need to go meet her right now, okay? Now. This is serious.
And without telling us anything else about Phase 3, he kicks a sense of urgency into us. It's really funny seeing Justin Io so nervous. Doing as he instructed, we track down Allie Fillmore.
Well, you've certainly riled things up. Do I even want to know how you found out about mass fusion from the Brotherhood?
It doesn't matter how I found out. What we do now matters.
I doubt the SRB will feel the same, but I'll let it go.
I've been undercover, double-crossing them.
Just decided to do that on your own, did you? Okay, whatever you say.
They wanted to send me there to get something for them.
So you've been working for them? Well, don't let the SRB get wind of that.
What is this Beryllium Agitator? Why do we care if they're after it?
So that's kind of, I think, classified is the best way to describe it. It's a piece of pre-war tech that's useful in optimizing nuclear reactions. That makes sense? All right, look, I can't go into details, at least not right now, but this is important. We need to get our hands on that agitator before the Brotherhood does. So you and I are going to relay over there, grab it, and get back here before the Brotherhood knows what's happened. Okay?
And from here, the quest continues the same way we explored when we did this for the Institute. Father has nothing to say about us working with the Brotherhood this entire time. If we head back to the Prydwen, Elder Maxon has nothing to say about us divulging this information to the Institute. Perhaps they never find out. So we just have to decide now which faction we're gonna side with. Thankfully, there's no way to mess this up by simply arriving at Mass Fusion. Because even if we discovered Mass Fusion by exploring downtown Boston, arriving at the door or entering the ground floor doesn't trigger this quest. This quest only triggers by arriving on the rooftop of Mass Fusion, and there are only two ways to do that. The first, of course, is to take the relay from within the Institute. And by doing so, we become permanent enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. And we fail all of our Brotherhood quests. We become shoot on sight with the Brotherhood. Or we complete this quest for the Brotherhood. And to get to the rooftop of Mass Fusion, we have to board a vertibird. Boarding the vertibird is a point of no return for our relationship with the Institute.
Ah, very good. We'll take to the air.
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
And once we leave the Prydwen, we begin to fail all of our outstanding Institute quests, one by one. It's a short flight from the Prydwen to Mass Fusion, and as we get close, we see that the Institute, even if we didn't give them warning, has begun teleporting their synths to the rooftop.
Hostile targets sighted on the roof, sir. Prepare to engage.
Damn synths are crawling all over the place.
Get them out before we drop.
But we get to enjoy an extended sequence where we kill synth after synth using the vertibird's minigun. But after a while, the Brotherhood is forced to drop us off.
We're taking too much damage, sir. I'll get us above the roof so you can bail out.
The vertibird hovers over the rooftop. First, Proctor Ingram jumps down.
We're in position. Go, go! See you on the roof, Paladin. No mercy!
And we can follow her.
But I dare say I'm...
All right, let's head into the lab. Can't wait to get a look at the place.
Let's just hope the floor doesn't give out on us first.
The narrative beats of this quest from here on out are almost identical to the Institute version, with the difference being in Proctor Ingram's dialogue. We arrive in the rooftop office to find the agitator is not there.
Damn. I don't see the agitator anywhere. It must have been moved. Let's check out that terminal over there.
Let's just hope it hasn't wandered too far.
Looting the lab password and the executive ID from the desk, we hack into the executive terminal to learn that the agitator was moved to the basement.
This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
And so we pile into the elevator and take it down.
Going down.
As
we descend, the Institute begins teleporting synths to destroy us.
Movement detected.
Synth ambush! Open fire!
Not this time.
Throwing weapons cold.
As we near the bottom, the Institute knocks out power to the elevator.
Detonating explosive charge.
They've knocked out the power to the elevators.
I'm just glad we didn't plummet to our death.
And we have to fight through another wave of synths.
Everyone's still alive.
When they're dead, we can get the copy of Tesla Science magazine on an upper floor, and then find the circuit breaker to restore power to the elevator.
There, that's done it. Power's back online.
Or pick our way through an expert lock to find a rubble ramp leading down.
We could always drop through here. Might not be as cushy as an elevator ride, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction.
But we'll take the elevator for now.
Amazing that this tower is still standing. Hope it stays that way while we're here.
Back in the elevator, we take it all the way to the ground floor, whereupon we kill even more synths.
Something's out there.
There you are.
Now, if we took the elevator down, we missed out on our opportunity to get the strength bobblehead, so we can climb the rubble ramps back up to the floor directly beneath the glass floor we were on earlier to find the strength bobblehead on the head of this statue.
Very dark here, sir. Watch your step.
Nice.
But to continue, we head to the elevator to the basement, take it down to arrive at the reactor.
There it is. Mass Fusion's reactor. Don't make them like that anymore.
200 years and still running. Quite impressive.
Ingram walks into the reactor control room and gives us a talking to about radiation protection.
Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have enough radiation protection on you?
Rad protection? Like what?
How long have you been wandering the Commonwealth again? I'm talking about the usual. Rad-X, Radaway, a radiation suit, things like that. You go in there without any of that stuff, and you'll be glowing like a Christmas tree in a matter of seconds. Now, do you have any or not?
I was just gonna hold my breath.
Cute. Real cute. Here, I have 2 doses of Rad-X, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Nope. Do you?
Yeah, I have some with me. You really need to be more prepared for these things. I have 2 Rad-X ampoules, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yep, I've got it covered.
Well, take these extra doses of Rad-X anyway. Can't hurt. You know, this was a nuclear research facility. If you look around, I'm sure you can find something that'll do the trick.
And sure enough, if we didn't come prepared, we do find plenty of Rad-X, Radaway, and even hazmat suits lying about the place.
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection. I'll communicate with you through their intercom system while I monitor everything from out here.
Mr. Nate, if you have any Rad-X, now would be the time to use it.
Yes, you two. I get the point. When ready, we can enter the decontamination arches and initiate the sequence.
Now cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence.
Then through the door into the reactor, Ingram gives us instructions.
The Beryllium Agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Heading to the very top, we can activate the interlock release and loot the Beryllium Agitator.
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated.
After destroying the reactor's defenses, we head through the decontamination arches again to enter the control room. And just like last time, a bunch of robots spawn and turrets begin to fire.
Can't wait to see Prime in action. Let's hurry and get the agitator out of here.
With the robots dead and the Beryllium Agitator in hand, we can loot the end of dungeon steamer trunk here and make our way out. But while we are riding the elevator, the Institute arrives for a final confrontation.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements.
They're like a bad pennies, huh?
I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
We could simply run out the door, or we can stay behind to ensure that our brothers survive.
No mercy!
Even after completing the optional objective to assist the Brotherhood forces in the lobby, Proctor Ingram and the other knights stay here because there are still synths in the building. Apparently the Institute relayed a bunch of synths to the floor above us, and they can't find their way back down, so they just mill around up there. At any rate, at this point we leave the building and make our way back to the Boston airport. Heading towards the gantry, we see a scribe dead on the ground. Oh no! The airport hasn't come under attack, so this scribe must have fallen from the gantry above. And she's just lying here. All right then. We see the Mark 28s laid out, ready for use, and heading up to the platform, we can talk with Proctor Ingram.
I was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the Beryllium Agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
You mean you're glad to see the Beryllium Agitator in one piece?
Let's just say I'm glad both of you are in one piece and call it even, okay?
Ingram has different dialogue here depending on whether or not we stayed to help the Brotherhood clear out mass fusion. If we did...
What ended up happening at mass fusion?
Thanks to your help, our forces managed to take the building with very little resistance from the synths. We've posted a garrison there, and they'll keep the place under guard for the time being.
But if we hightailed it out of there...
Our troops did the best they could, but the synths overwhelmed them. We lost some good men back there, but at least we got the agitator.
This better be it, Ingram. I'm getting tired of filling your grocery list.
Yeah? Well, wait until you see what we're serving for chow. Then maybe you'll be a little more appreciative.
I wouldn't have made it without your help.
That's funny. I seem to remember having to talk you into letting me come along. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've got a lot of work to do.
With that, we complete Spoils of War, and we begin the quest Ad Victoriam. Speak once again to Proctor Ingram. If at any point we head back to the Institute, Father banishes us, an experience we've explored a number of times already. But becoming banished from the Institute is its own quest and grants its own experience, so it's worth doing. Oddly enough, at this point we also begin the quest Form Ranks, which is a Minuteman quest. We could still resolve this thing on behalf of the Minutemen, but in order to do so, we've got a lot of Minutemen hoops to jump through.
I've made my choice. The Institute is now our enemy.
I always knew that day was coming. The question now is, what are we gonna do about them?
What do you think we should do? I'm not sure.
We'll have to hope there's something in that data you swiped that we can use to get at them. Make sure to give it to Sturgis so he can get started on it.
I don't think we have enough troops to go on the offensive. Yet.
I agree, General. And even if we were strong enough, we don't have any way to attack the Institute yet. Give Sturgis that data you swiped from the Institute. With any luck, he can find some way to get at him.
I say we attack. Take the fight to the Institute.
I'm all for that, but we don't have any way to hit them yet. You should give Sturgis that holotape with the Institute data on it. With any luck, he can use it to find some way in.
But one of those hoops is unique to having gotten this far with the Brotherhood. Preston Garvey just told us that in order to find a way into the Institute, we need to scan the data that we got from the Institute. But we gave the network scanner to Proctor Ingram, so we don't have it anymore. In order to continue with the Minutemen, we actually have to go back to the Boston airport and ask for the network scanner holotape back from Proctor Ingram.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram. Do you remember that holotape of Institute data I gave you? I really need it back.
I'd appreciate knowing why you want me to hand over highly sensitive data first.
What's the difference? I assume you got everything you needed from it.
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
Fine. You got me. I'm an Institute spy, and we want our data back.
Cute. Real cute.
Just give it to me. I'm the one who got it in the first place.
All right, take it easy. I need to blow a gasket.
I'd like to share the holotape with the Minutemen. I think they need it as badly as we do.
I'm not sure why you trust them with it, but it's up to you. After all, you're the one who got it in the first place. Here's the original. Already made myself a copy.
And she gives it to us just like that. Even if we say we're going to be giving it to another faction like the Minutemen. This shows exactly how much power a Brotherhood Paladin wields, and exactly how much trust the Brotherhood has in us. It also shows us that they don't really see the Minutemen as much of a threat, or even as competition. With the network scanner in hand, we could head back to Sturgis, where the quest proceeds along the path towards siding with the Minutemen. But we'll explore that avenue in the last part of the series. For now, we need to continue working with the Brotherhood by checking in with Proctor Ingram one final time. In our next episode, we'll find out exactly what a Beryllium Agitator can do to help Liberty Prime. If you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already and you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I've got a plush for sale. It's in stock and ready to ship, but quantities are limited and I'm almost sold out. If you want to make sure you get one before I am, snag yours today. I've also got a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members get little badges that appear next to their names in the comment sections of my videos, and they gain access to ox emojis that they can use in my video comments and in the live chats of my live streams. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the climax to the full story of the Brotherhood of Steel.
I cannot allow the attack to continue. System offline.
At least everyone's still alive. Well, hello there.